So it's been a weird time for our store. With everything going on in the world, a lot of small businesses got really hit hard. On our end, you know, I wouldn't want it this way, but it happened, and our business really did well over the course of the last, 4 to 5 months, which I'm going to get into our sales month to month. I've always been very open on this channel, and our grocery store sales and profit, I've always shown you guys. I have nothing to hide, and I'm not here to boast or anything. Trust me, sales do not equal profit. So let's get into that today, guys. If you enjoy supporting this channel and personal finance and entrepreneurship, please hit the like button down below. It really helps our continued growth on this channel, and we want to thank everyone for your support so far. It's really helped us stay motivated to keep making these videos. Let's get into it. I'm going to show you around the store for any newcomers and kind of give you a glimpse of exactly what we do here. Okay, I'll be keeping this on in case the customer comes in. It's the end of the day. We're required to wear masks or else we get a fine, so I'll just keep this on just in case. Felicia is the cameraman.
Hello.
She's also wearing a mask right now in case anyone's watching from the health board. So this store is 1,600 square feet. It's run to be highly efficient, quick turnover at a small expense, small operating expenses. So basically we're trying to fill this place with as much inventory as possible and have our expenses be as low as they can be. As you can tell from previous videos, we've really kind of expanded the inventory. Essentially, in this business, the more inventory you have, the more people will buy, which leads to bigger profits and a bigger bottom line at the end of the year. So essentially this came with, we had to buy more coolers, more shelving. We invested back into our business to make it as, I don't want to say as jam-packed as can be, but as to give the customer the most selection that we could possibly provide in 1,600 square feet. To the right, we put all our desserts at the front because you see them when you come in, you think about it, and on your way out, you're like, well, those pies look good at the front, I'll take one on the way out. So that's why we kind of keep all of our pies, cakes, and desserts at the front. So these are our produce coolers. We put these in to make our lives easier. We used to take everything down at night and there'd be a lot more waste, which also really hurt our bottom line. So this keeps everything more fresh, and it makes everything easier for us at the end of the night. Basically your lettuces, beans, everything like that stays in these coolers. Then we added these Metro shelves here for all your salad dressings and condiments, everything like that. And then we added this shelf just of dry goods and things like that. So you can actually kind of see everything you're looking at, because things along the bottom, they don't sell as well. Everything has to be eye level, or else honestly it sells a lot slower if it's not eye level. Eye level is eye level. Our charcuterie board trend had really taken off, so we legitimately had to dedicate a full shelf to, fancy stuffed olives, roasted red peppers, stuffed, eggplant. All that stuff is just on this shelf, and it's perfect because honestly these jars last 2 years. There's no waste, so it really helped our sales once we brought them in. So with more products, you really have to be on top of everything. Things will, be forgotten and be missed, and you will need to go through your inventory. But the more inventory you get, the harder it becomes to stay on top of everything. So you can see we added a lot more. It didn't make our life easier. Yeah, we made more money, we had more sales, but it's a lot more headache as well. So the saying is true, more money, more problems. But if you can do things right and stay on top of things, you should be okay for the long run. Okay, this section got completely revamped. It really helped our sales on pasta because now it's all in one section. You can see everything you come in for. Nothing's hidden at the bottom. Like this stuff at the bottom, I can tell you, will not sell very quick. The stuff at the very top, it's easy, it's visible. It's almost like these shelves don't really have a purpose unless maybe for cases of pop or something. So every little bit, every little changes and improvements we make day to day really help bump our sales even higher. And that's kind of why, when COVID-19 hit, our store was filling up even more. So those two together really built our month-to-month sales that we're about to get into. We added a large selection of desserts to our store, pies, homemade cookies, baked goods. We do a lot of that ourselves here. And that really helped our sales because we realized people will come in for their produce and then they'll add something as well, like, you know, a pie or something for dinner as well. So if you watch any of our other videos, you've seen these coolers change a few times. They have different things in them all the time. This is what we're sticking with now. Dairy, juice, bacon, ready-made meals, you know, kombucha and drinks like that. It really, really does well in the summer. I can tell you the biggest profit maker in any store is bottled water. You buy a case of bottled water for $2, you sell it for $1 a bottle. So that's really that really helps in the summertime. So that's just a quick glimpse of our store. There's a lot more that we could get into, and we will eventually in future videos. But I got a customer coming in. Hang on here. Felicia's taking stuff down. We got people coming in. It's not good. Get your mask on, quick. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that quick tour of the store. Felicia's just mopping up and doing the final closing of the tills and all that. Well, the one till. We'll get down to the numbers of month-to-month sales. Mind you, you're going to see a peak in March till I'd say the end of May. You know why. People were hoarding things in, only wanted to shop at one location. We did a lot of curbside orders, a lot of deliveries. So we really adapted to how as best as we could. So January is generally the slowest month out of the year in retail. If you've ever worked in the mall or something, you know how slow it can be in January. It's basically because after the holidays, people aren't shopping as much. They max their credit cards out, they're paying things off, or simply because they don't need to buy anything in January. January is just a dry month, and there's not a lot going on. So in our case as well, we also take about 4 or 5 days off the first week of January because it's usually the slowest week of the year, and our sales show that as well. So January we did a total of $31,476 for the month. Not a bad month for January. There's only 2 to 3 people working here, so I'd say it's pretty good. And February is very, very similar. There's not much really going on in February for grocery anyways. Maybe the restaurant business for Valentine's Day is good. February is just like January. People are still kind of catching up with their credit cards. There's not a lot going on. So February's total was, again, very similar. $30,446 in sales. Not bad at all. Still a profitable month, but yeah, definitely not anything to really write home about. March is when we started noticing things getting a little crazy in our business. The world pandemic that you all know of started to really hit, so we were kind of a little bit busier than before, much busier than last March. Year to year, it doesn't even compare. March was very good to us, and it usually is a slow month because March break, a lot of this area goes away on vacation, but March break is generally always slow. But there was no March break because nobody could travel, so therefore that left us with $44,174 in total sales for the month, which is unheard of for us compared to last year in March. April was insane. I don't know what happened in April. It is one big blur. There was panic mode. Everyone was buying, you know, toilet paper, which we don't really carry a lot of anyways. People were hoarding things in. It was insanity. We had, you know, as curbside orders like that we can never keep up with. My sisters had to come help us. We had another staff member who's usually only doing a couple hours a week helping us as well. We really broke record sales, and you know, I don't know if we're going to come close to that number within this year again, maybe not even next year. But this small store, mind you, paying maybe 2 employees, sometimes 3, did $74,947 in sales, which is unheard of. We've never seen a month like this. That's double our average month usually. So we have no complaints. Unfortunately, it's under weird circumstances that it happened this way, but there's a small silver lining that this store benefited from everything. mind you, I'd like it just to be a normal, regular world, not what we're dealing with. But regardless of any of that, the numbers were 74,000-ish, and we need to put that money to good use and reinvest into our store because of taxes and everything like that, and we'll get into that in another video. But unbelievable month. I don't think we'll ever see a month like that for a while, and I'm hoping that we do. So let's just put it out there right now. We will beat April sales next month. It's out in the universe. It's out in the universe. Can you hear me? My neighbors, it's a pizza shop. They probably think I'm insane. So I'm hoping they didn't hear that. Or maybe they did. I love you guys. Started to taper down a little bit. To be honest with you, it was still very busy. It's still, you know, people panicking and buying a lot more than usual. May was also very good to us. Wasn't like April. April's untouchable. But we did about 60,000 in sales, which is unheard of still for this store. I mean, $60,239 in sales for two people running a small store like this is very, very good. And if we could do that consistently, this place would literally be a cash cow. But that's not reality. That's not real business in this case anyways, in our store. One day it will be. I'm being positive. I'm putting it out there that you know, we'll get there on a normal month without, you know, a world pandemic. But you know, we have no complaints with the sales this year. So you can notice the hype started wearing off, and that didn't change in June. The panic and the hype started wearing off. We still got great exposure. June was still, you know, way better than last June. But June we did 50,000 in overall sales for the month, and to be honest, we have no complaints. That's a crazy profitable month. We'll take it. You know, no complaints with that. So July isn't fully done yet, but it's on the same track as June. July is always our literally bottom 3 month for the year. A lot of people go away. They go camping every weekend. There's a lot of festivals every weekend that our, you know, smaller-ish town, mid-sized town heads out to. So we kind of see slower traffic on the weekends because of that. Generally, people in the summer spend their money on experience rather than purchasing. So you will see a lower average sale in general, because people are mostly spending their money on, you know, going out to eat, you know, going camping, doing activities outdoors. You know, they're already out there, so they grab some food on the go. They're not buying as much groceries. School's not in. There's a whole thing that makes July kind of just a general crappy month, and you know, we boost that back because we get a lot of like local produce and corn. That helps, you know, July be similar to June. So July is projected to be around 50,000 as well. No complaints again. That's a crazy profitable month for two people working in a small store like this. So in general, as you've noticed, grocery stores have been much busier than normal, and there's really no different in our store. We did much better than last year. Again, under circumstances we don't prefer, but you know, we're learning, we're growing, and hopefully, you know, the people that we've served during the pandemic and we were actually open to serve people, and actually, you know, risking kind of getting infected or whatever it may be, to keep the doors open for our community. We did very well, and we hope that the community appreciated that, and actually the exposure comes back around to when things fully settle down. And we've noticed an increase no matter what. People generally got to know our store better, and they may be returning customers, they may not be. You know, just how the way retail works. I'm gonna end this video. Felicia wants to get out of here. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please subscribe. Consider subscribing. There's a lot more to come around here.